of my religion.
Do you know what this is? This is Om, one of the symbols of Hinduism. But no one talks about the other symbol, the secret symbol, the swastika, a symbol of Nazi violence, a symbol that killed millions of Jews. Can you tell me, sir, why the third largest religion in the world, supported by over 1.5 billion people, popularizes a symbol of Nazi violence?
The Nazis adopted that after the swastika symbol was invented. So can you blame the Hindus? No. Let me give you some examples. So, Aristotle was the teacher of Alexander the Great. Do you blame Aristotle for making Alexander an absolute killer?
Oh, I see. But you know what I do blame? I blame Hinduism for not being the perfect religion. Do you know how? Does it have one God? No, not monotheistic. Does it have one holy book?
No. Let me give you another example of how of the first question. Look, I got this from the Vice Chancellor of Pune University. So, if someone steals it and uses it for some bad purpose, can they blame me? Can you blame me?
You know what I was thinking when you were giving me that example? You had no other example other than Alexander the Great. And as a matter of fact, I did blame him if you watched the previous episode. So please don't change the subject. We're going to move on if you don't mind. My next question is this. Why is Hinduism the dark child of all the other religions? Does it have one God? No. Does it have one holy book? No. Does it have a founder? No. Why are you putting your faith in a religion with zero credibility? Go.
Look, it has more than one. It has more than one God. It's polytheistic. Sir, why don't you let us believe what we want to? Other religions like Buddhism, Confucianism, Taoism. There are a lot of religions that follow polytheistic beliefs. So why don't you let us believe what we want? Why don't you let us believe what we want? Lack of free speech.
You know what I'll believe in? I'll believe in Hinduism after I see the perfect Hindu man or the perfect Hindu woman. Do you even have any examples of that? There's no perfect Hindu person here.
Why don't you look at Rama and Sita?
Rama and Sita? Where are you pulling these names out of? Thin air?
No. Let me tell you the story of Ramayana, an ancient epic. So, the story goes like this. There's a king. He is unsatisfied because he's getting older and older and he still has no children. So, he goes up to a wise man and he asks and he wishes for children. So, the wise man gives him water and puts the mantras in it. So the king asked his wives to drink the water, and eventually they gave birth to 3 people: Lakshmana, Rama, and Bharat. Now, Rama was very special. He was more charismatic and more smart, more talented. He was basically, so he had more better qualities than the other 2.
So that's
he
the
was
perfect...
the incarnation, the human incarnation of the god Vishnu.
Vishnu. He was a reincarnation of a god. Wow. Okay.
So,
I want to hear more about this guy.
So, then he sees that there is Rama sees later in his life that there's this woman named Sita. He never met Sita before, but he heard that Sita was very beautiful. So he had to defeat demons that captured Sita in order to marry her. So he defeated the demons and married Sita. But King Dasharatha, meanwhile, King Dasharatha was getting old, and he had to give his power away to somebody else. So one of the three wives, he just wanted to give power to Rama, but one of the three wives, the one that gave birth to Vara, was a little, led with envy. So when Dasharatha was very young, that wife had saved him from doom. That wife saved Dasharatha from saved King Dasharatha's life when he was young. So Dasharatha promised to his wife that a long time ago that he would do anything that wife said told him to do. So
what did the wife tell him to do?
the wife was jealous, so she wanted her son Bharat to become the new king. And even worse, she wanted to exile Rama to the forest for, brace yourself, 14 years.
Wow. So did Rama exile himself?
Well, King Dasharatha was very heartbroken at this statement, and he told Rama to exile himself. Rama, do you think Rama would agree?
No, it's a waste of life.
No, he agreed. He agreed to exile himself. And when he was going to the forest, Sita wanted to accompany him. So he came. Then, one of his wives wanted to accompany him. So she came. And then Lakshmana also wanted to accompany him. He didn't want to be alone. So Lakshmana came on the trip too. So now there were 3 people about to be exiled in the forest for 14 years.
Jesus Christ.
So now, in the middle of so they built a hut out of sticks and in the forest, and they lived pretty peaceful. But after a few years, there was a demon king, the king of Lanka, with 10 heads somehow, and he heard about Sita. So Sita actually came on this trip as well. So he wanted to marry Sita because he heard the same as Rama. He heard that Sita was very, very beautiful. So he went on a mission. Get Sita alone and then capture her.
Did he succeed?
Okay, so he ordered one of his warriors to turn into a golden deer, since he knew that Sita liked deer. So that warrior did so and turned into the golden deer. As Sita saw the deer passing by, Sita asked Rama to hunt it down for her because he liked the golden deer. So he went deep dark in the forest until he realized, and he didn't realize until it was too late that he was getting lost in the forest. So he thought that this might be some sort of trap. So he just shot the golden deer. So he just shot the golden deer with his arrow, and the deer turned into its true form. Now, the demon, that demon screamed, trying to imitate Rama. So now Sita was confused. She thought Rama was in danger. So she told Lakshmana to explore deep in the forest for Rama. So Lakshmana insisted to keep herself safe, but Sita said she'd be just fine. So Sita just sat there, and then the demon king, the king of Lanka, Ravana, saw this that Sita was alone. So Lakshmana, just in case, had drawn a circle around Sita, a small circle, and he covered it with mantra. So he told Sita not to step out of the circle. Now Ravana saw this danger. He couldn't step into the circle. So he rushed into the forest and turned into an old beggar. So he was self-implied begging for water. So you know what Sita did?
She came out of the circle?
Yeah. She decided not to, but she saw that the beggar would die. And because Ravana knew he couldn't step in the circle, he just walked outside the circle in the other direction. So then if Sita wanted to put water in his mouth, then she would need to step out of the circle. And you know what?
She did?
She did.
Wow.
So then, as soon as he stepped out the circle, the beggar transformed back into Ravana and took her in his golden chariot. Reflexes. So she was panicking, and she dropped ornaments everywhere, hoping that Rama and Lakshmana would find the ornaments. And so Ravana took her to some, weird place in the middle of nowhere. And Rama and Lakshmana realized that they'd been tricked and hunted for Sita. So they looked everywhere, and they also found Hanana, the man. And you know what? He has a lot of monkeys. He had a monkey army, in fact. So he agreed. The Rama told him the whole story, and Hanana agreed to go with Rama and Lakshmana, of course. So after warriors of warriors, Lakshmana finally was shot in the chest by Ravana himself and was left unconscious in the battlefield. So Hanana couldn't do the work himself, so he asked one of the monkeys to go and find the herd all the way in the Himalayas. So the monkeys somehow flew to the Himalayas. And since the monkey forgot what the name of the herd was, he just took out the whole Himalayas. So that monkey came back to Hanana, and eventually, after digging deep, they found the herd cut off all 10 heads of the Ravana, and he was finished. Now all he had to do was to track down Sita. But when he took Sita home, for some reason he had a peculiar feeling. He couldn't trust Sita. So he made a campfire. Sita said that if she did anything wrong, the god of fire would allow her to burn on the campfire. But if she didn't do anything wrong, then the fire wouldn't have harmed her. So she stood in the fire confidently. What do you think it did?
She burned to death.
Wrong. She just stood there, unharmed. So then they learned that. Then they realized that they were becoming the true Hindu. When Atman merged into Brahma, you become a true Hindu.
Huh.
That's why they were true Hindus. Not because they were heroes, but because their Atman merged into Brahma, the bigger soul.
You know why I'm nodding my head right now?
Why?
I had a theory, but I was waiting for you to confirm it. My theory was that your illiterate mind was infected by the Hindu hobgoblins. And now my theory is confirmed because your crap answer confirms my theory. I don't even remember my original question. Your answer was so long. But now I do. Do you know what my question was? It was, what makes a true Hindu man? You responded with Rama, this reincarnation of the Vishnu god. But if he's such a heroic figure, why did he throw his own wife in the fire? What kind of Hindu man does that?
What did I say? Lack of self-trust and loyalty. Also, it was a dharma, ethics. Because even if he did trust her, then he had to fulfill one of his four goals, which one of which was dharma. So he had to throw his wife into the fire, and that didn't harm her.
Well, you know what else is thrown into the fire?
What?
Equality. Hinduism throws equality into the fire. You know why? The caste system, which is one of the most infamous systems in all of history in any religion. Can you tell me why Hinduism promotes discrimination by gender, by class, by socially, by ethnically? Why? Tell me.
It's not discrimination. It's just used to show how important some jobs are. You can teach a baby to hold a broom, and then boom, he's an expert janitor. But the things like farming, teaching, and fighting are much more talent, require much more talent, and they are much more important in return. If we don't have janitors, we won't all die. However, if we didn't have farmers, we didn't have teachers, and we didn't have soldiers, then our country would be all potatoes.
You know what I call that answer?
What?
A bogus! And I like to call that bogus. You know why? Because I believe all jobs are created equal. The janitor is as good, no, better than the teacher, the PhD, the scholar. Why? Does the PhD matter? No, but without the janitor, our garbage would be on the streets. So all jobs are created equal. And Hinduism does not teach us that philosophy, does it?
In the long run, the janitors matter? No. We aren't going to clean the universe. In the future, PhDs are going to make self-cleaning vacuum thingies. So we won't even need the janitors anymore in the future.
You know what will need janitors?
PhDs are more important in the long run because they allow us to invent new things.
You know
don't
why?
really do anything.
You know
They
why
just clean the streets.
You know why I love janitors so much? I love janitors. They're my favorite kind of job. Excuse me. Let me tell you why janitors are so important. Because they will clean up the history of Hinduism. You know why? Because Hinduism has a history of killing women. Let me tell you about the missing woman crisis. Ever heard of it? No, because you're a proponent of Hinduism. But the missing woman crisis is biggest in India, where 95% of Hindus live. Why? Because Hinduism preaches killing women. For example, putting them in the fire, putting the widows in the fire. Just like Rama did with Sita, okay?
No.
So you better clean up your facts, sir,
Okay.
because the janitors are gonna start to arrive.
Okay, so this was a practice called sati, banned in 1971. So it was banned almost half a century ago. So it was due to devotion. This was the greatest form of devotion to one's husband. Throwing a wife would throw herself in the fire, not even force. A wife would do it for her husband, just to follow him into the afterlife.
Sorry, I'm not. Can I clarify something?
What?
You said this was a form of ethics. The wife follow her husband into the fire. I'm not following the logic of that statement, sir.
Not into the fire. If her husband is dead, and sati is not really in Hinduism.
You know what is in Hinduism? A lot of people. 1.5 billion people. Let me change the subject to world population, folks. Global warming, poverty, the food crisis. It's all getting worse with a greater world population. And Hinduism is getting bigger every day. It's already at 1.5 billion people. It's already putting the world's economic and natural resources at a disadvantage.
What?
Okay?
And you're not worrying about Islam? You're not worrying about Christianity, which are both growing at an alarming rate.
But I like to keep...
Christianity will keep being
Okay.
31% of the population from 2010 to 2050.
You know what I call this? I call this.
Islam.
This is called changing the subject, folks, and
Changing
I don't
the
like it. Okay? I want you to tell me why Hinduism has such a
I'm not
large
changing the
population.
subject, you idiot.
Excuse me.
What about this?
Excuse
is
me.
changing the
Excuse
subject?
me. I gave you the honor, the privilege of this platform to share your ideas. And you just called me a what? All right. Next. All right. Okay. Let's bring the tone down from here to here. As I ask my next question, given that you just called me a you know what, do you hate Islam because you're a Hindu monk?
No. I love Islam.
It's not what I was expecting. I will ask again. I don't think you heard me correctly. Do you hate Islam because you are a Hindu monk?
No, I love Islam.
Okay, let's try with another word. Do you hate Christianity because you're a Hindu monk?
No, I love Christianity.
Okay, this is not working as I expected. We'll try one more time. Do you hate Judaism because you're a Hindu monk?
What are you, some idiot? Doesn't the guy look like somebody who hates a religion? Does it look like somebody who hates somebody else's religion? No.
But you know what I'll tell you? I'll tell you this. Vivekananda was born in Chicago.
Do you understand the difference between born and came? He was born in India and came to Chicago in 1893.
I'll tell you what came to Chicago in 1893. The idea of Hinduism and how it promotes animal violence. We all hear Hinduism preaches, oh, this animal is sacred, this animal, the cow is sacred, the moon is sacred, this is sacred, that is sacred. Then why does it burn the animals during animal sacrifice? I call it hypocrisy.
When do they ever burn animals?
telling me I read it from a bogus website?
Yes.
Are you telling me my mind was filled with the hobgoblins?
Yes.
Are you telling me I've been illiterate about Hinduism all this time?
Yes. Why couldn't you look on Wikipedia and get all the true information about Hinduism?
I feel like I've been slapped by my own hand, on my own face, because of my illiteracy. And you have enlightened me about Hinduism. Thank you. Sir,
No.
Mr. Monk,
No problem.
thank you for enlightening me.
Namaste.